And we are live. Good morning, everybody. Daniel Allison, the average dude, and you've come to the right place. You are in the right place. Can you hear me, Freddie Blank?
Hola, buenos dias, señor.
Oh, that's good news. That's my co-host, Freddie Blanton, who is he's starting things from the house this morning. Are we not, Fred?
Yeah, my first visit today is a customer that's 5 miles from the house.
5 miles from the house, and
So,
that's always nice. That's always nice, isn't
Everybody knows I'm a company man, so why would I waste the diesel fuel to go all the way to the office and turn around and drive all the way back over here?
it? You're a smart man, Fred. You're not going to do that.
Say that again.
I said you're a smart man. You're a very smart man.
Hey, I love to hear it, baby.
Yeah, all day long. And we've got smart guests. We've got great guests that show up in the comments. There's Russ Hammond. Good morning, Russ.
I saw
Ready to
Russ
get your
yesterday.
mind? What's that?
I saw Russ yesterday.
Did you?
Oh, yeah.
Did you spend money?
I did spend some money, man. I got some fresh soles on some
Ooh.
boots. They're
Ooh.
clean. They're
Ooh.
oiled.
Yikes. Oh, baby. Ready for action. I love it. DJ, good morning, everybody. Good morning to you, DJ. Did you watch DJ's episode? Did you get a chance to see that?
No.
You didn't. You need to go back and watch DJ's episode. See, I put you on the spot because you weren't there. And so
But I
there
told
you
the
go.
truth.
I know. I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
Hey, but you're going to watch this episode, and we are super excited. Hey, Regina. Good morning. Nice to see you here. Super excited. So, in our journeys of connecting with people and that sort of thing, I went down to the clubhouse here in Spartanburg. Have you been there? Sports club bar. Oh, just opened up.
No.
Nice place. I had never been there. Ed McMillan, shout out to Ed. Put on an event there with the one Spartanburg, the chamber. I met a guy named Ronnie who introduced me to our guest today. Is my point. Met some great people, James, Ed McMillan, some others out there. So that was awesome. And
your
so
points
now,
are always so short. You know, your points are just like right to the point. Have you ever noticed that?
Oh yeah. My points are right to the point. What was my point?
I think it's about our guest that you need to bring up.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was just setting the stage, the context, how I knew him, and now here he comes, Mr. Moody Black.
What's happening? What's going on, everybody? What's happening?
Good
What's
morning,
up, brother? Good morning,
Good morning.
Moody.
Good morning. Buenos dias. See, I know Spanish too. See,
that's it. Yeah.
There
El
you go.
baño. That's the most important. And dinero.
Yeah.
See, I know 5 Spanish words. That's it. Dinero's one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hey, great to have you with us this morning. Great to be connected with somebody from the upstate. You're from Spartanburg, aren't you?
Spartanburg, Sparkle City, South Carolina, man. Yeah.
Okay.
Born and
Well,
bred.
hey,
You know why it's
that's
called
awesome.
Sparkle City?
What?
Because it's the jewel of the upstate.
Oh, okay. You know, it actually historically it used to be called the Pearl of the Piedmont.
Ooh, pump day.
Yeah, I'm a history buff. I love history, so yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you've got so I've been watching some of your videos. You've got a TEDx talk out there. You've got a lot of videos, and I went through those, and you've got a unique thing. Like there's a lot of content out there, but what Moody does is completely different. Tell folks the mixture of everything that you've got in your messages.
Hey, so I'm a hip hop artist, a spoken word poet, a visual artist, motivational speaker, a storyteller. But don't ask me to sing. You ask me to sing, I'll run you out the room. I'm trying to tell you. But a lot of positivity, man. I want to uplift people and just really motivate them to be the better version of themselves. I mean, you have to be the perfect version, but just always have room for improvement. And that's what I strive to get people to do. And I have them to learn how to tell their story. Because we all have a story, you know. So my job is to help them really learn the ins and outs, how to express themselves with that.
That is what we want to do on the show. That's why we
Yeah, there you go.
started.
That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here.
Yeah. Yeah, and now you speak with a lot of different types of groups too. I noticed you were
Yes.
with some kids, and what's the difference between speaking to a TEDx group and the kids I saw you speaking with? I think it was this week.
I could be a whole lot more sillier with the kids.
Yeah,
Had
yeah,
a little
yeah,
bit
yeah.
more fun. But I'm myself, no matter what space you put me in. Just with the kids is more academic, but I mix fun into it. And the same way, I'm just trying to teach them how to be a better version of themselves and to learn how to write poems and to express themselves and stuff like that.
I love it. I love it. That's fantastic. Well, I hope you've got a quote of the day because that's the next thing we're going to hear right here.
Quote of the day. Quote of the day.
Quote of
Quote.
the day is "Let's get it." I have a song called that, but it's all about motivating yourself to get it. Every morning, I tell myself, "Let's get it." And that's your dreams, your goals, your aspirations, and strive to be, to give you your best, give you your all for that day. So, hey, everybody that's listening, let's get it. Let's
Let's
get it.
get
Let's get
it.
it.
And it's a great song, and I looked the song up, and I highly recommend that Freddie at Bobcat, maybe our next F3 workout, we need to play Let's Get It, okay?
Let's get it.
Because
Yes.
that song's got a lot of energy to it, and I played it, and I'm like, wait a minute, this is my kind of deal right here. So I started moving my head.
Yeah.
It does. It's got
It's on
energy.
my workout playlist too. So yeah, definitely add to your workout playlist. It's high energy, but it's just giving, just paying homage to the everyday person, man. So hey, let's get up, let's get it, let's make it happen.
So how do you do that, Moody? When you wake up in the morning, say you've got something like this, you've got other things going on, and we've all got life. We've got life to so
Yeah.
it how do you personally deal with that and try to get ready for the day?
I start out with a meditation, man. I mean, sometimes I'm sitting on the floor, sometimes I'm laying down, but I wake up just to breathe. And I would encourage everyone just take a moment to breathe, to quiet your mind, because we our mind's always racing, always moving. Even when we wake up, we on go. But just take a few minutes. I take 10 minutes every day just to breathe, to realize things I'm grateful for, and just really motivate myself to encourage myself to have a great day. And I think we should all tell ourselves to have a great day. You know what I'm saying? No matter what path you walk, no matter what your beliefs are, but we all can just motivate ourselves every single day to just to be a greater version of ourselves and say, hey, this is gonna be a great day. And I'm gonna give my best. And that's my thing every morning. I do that, do my little stretches. I'm getting older, so I'm stretching every morning. And I read a little bit and then I go get it.
Yeah. Why do you think it's hard for some people to commit to that?
Man, it's hard to commit to anything nowadays, man. You can ask my ex-girlfriends that, but it's about what you want in life, man. And you want to, if you want to like get a better body, you guys motivate yourself. I'm gonna keep doing it because I want to feel better about myself. You got to think about the end game, think about the end result, what you want. So for me, I want to be the better version of myself as far as my artistic expression. So I have to get up early. I have to make sure to get my son off to school. I'm practicing some poems, or I have a one-man stage play I'm going to present. So I'm working my lines in. I paint. I got some paintings people ordering from me. I got a book I got to promote. Boom. So yeah, I'm always on the move, always on the go. So I have to stay disciplined for
Getting
that
it.
to happen. Yeah, I got to get it. We getting it.
Hey, and so the song is an extension of you, but I love it. It basically it says, let's take action. Let's not think
Yeah.
about it. Let's not drown in this, not drown in the worry, drown in the past. It's go time. It's time to
Yes.
let's just do it and see what happens, right?
Get it. Exactly.
I love that. So we've got this thing called the 2-minute skill, but I would love to hear. You got anything that you could share with us this morning? Any type of short poem or anything like that?
Man, I stay ready, man. I'm glad you
Okay.
asked.
Hey,
I can't believe you
I
even
know
asked.
I had to ask the question. I didn't want to put him on the spot. Here we go. The 2-minute intro.
Get ready. It's time for the 2-minute skill.
All right,
this
Moody.
this for the poets that go place to place and not make a penny. But hoping somebody give one for your thoughts, because thoughts are all that poets have to give. So you hope that somebody would at least give you something, especially after the landlord hands you an eviction notice. So after stressing, you flip that piece of paper over, scribble some lines, and 9 times out of 10, you keep it. Because you got to deal with both sides of that paper. Now, on one side of the paper is the date. We got to have all your stuff out that house. But on the other side is a poem. And not just any poem, but a poem becomes the soundtrack to your sanity. Instead of having a nervous breakdown, you broke down your struggle with the pen and sank your sadness and sorrows with a stanza or sonnet in hopes to make tomorrow a better day. Some say you better pray because having the stress can prey on your soul. So pour out your soul to a soul that will listen. Going place to place, emptying out your soul and sometimes leaving empty pockets. But you would have traded in that therapy session that some people call reciting a poem for anything in that moment. It's priceless. So this for all those who do not know that they are poets. And at some point in English class, you flip past the poetry section, to section yourself away to say, man, poetry ain't for me, or poetry's boring. Those who never seen themselves soaring in the blue skies, resting on white clouds, wearing a white tee with all whites and a white fitted hat that reads free. Those who never seen themselves wearing the same outfit on a stage or a platform, mic or no mic, only because you never seen yourself. And when you see yourself, you free yourself.
Wait a minute, that last line. When you see yourself, you free
You free
yourself.
yourself.
When you
Yes.
see yourself, how often do we talk about, how often do I talk about self-awareness on this? That's a big deal.
Yes.
When you
Every
see
day.
Yeah,
yourself.
when you see or when you see yourself or you see yourself. There you go, being aware. That's right.
Oh, I love it. I
So
love it. That's right.
something jumped out to me and I wrote it down, and it was soundtrack to sanity.
Your sanity. That's right.
And I
Becomes
think
your life
people,
becomes a soundtrack to your sanity. Yeah.
you have to slow down long enough to realize what's going on around you, self-aware, and then what is your personal soundtrack to
Yeah.
flow to that portion of your life.
Yes.
Let me ask you this, Moody.
Right.
When you're writing that, there's a lot of information. There's a lot of emotion. I feel like I'm going here. I'm going there. I'm thinking
Yes.
about things. And I love that because that's how my mind is. When you're writing that, is that a moment of inspiration? How does that come to you when you're
Man,
writing?
just like whatever I'm going through, I'm putting it to the pen, man. And like
Yeah,
life be lifing, as they say, life be lifing. And I
yeah,
just so my pen is extension of whatever I'm going through. So yeah,
yeah.
and it may seem all over the place, but life is all over the place. And I want to make sure I convey that message.
Oh, and I love that, and I think you do. You take the listener on a journey, and that's what's fun, you know.
Yeah.
How did you get into this poetry, and how did you start doing this?
Man, my mama, my mom was, she was hard on my sister and I to always try to encourage us to read and just study poetry. But I hated it. I didn't want to do it. I just want to draw all the time. But I came across this book my mama had on her bookshelf called This Time Called Life by a poet named Walter Render. He's out in Portland, Oregon. But it was just a real cool book. The pictures, of course, the first thing I'm looking for is the pictures. So it's like these cool photographs of young people playing outside, beaches and seagulls and nature and waterfalls. And so it drew me in. And the poems about being young and free. Of course, I'm young. I want to be free. Got tired of grown folks telling me what to do. But it drew me in, and that was my inspiration to kind of really start writing, to go back and appreciate all the things my mom was trying to get me to read and to comprehend and things of that nature. So yeah, that started my journey. So I felt like I could express myself. This dude can talk about being free as putting in perspective as a young person. Now I could be that young person expressing myself to be free, and that just started my journey.
Fred, you got a question?
I'm curious about the TED Talk.
All
How
right.
did that come about?
Man, I'm trying to give the short version. When Greenville first had it around 2011, there's a lot of poets in upstate. We had several teams of poets that compete nationally and regionally. Well, we had 2 teams representing upstate. Now, I was asked because this guy I knew I did poetry. And he felt like it'd be a good platform to express myself. So I brought in like all my team to do like poetry pieces and stuff. But then later on, as time progresses around 2017. I was intentional this time. So you know what? I'm going to apply to do a TED talk just for myself, whatever. And as soon as I did it, I got a phone call. They were actually looking for me to come perform and present. So it was really funny. I mean, like immediately once they saw my application, like, dude, we're trying to reach you, you know.
Yeah.
So they
Hey,
thought I'd be a good addition to tell my story, my journey with poetry, and to actually perform a poem as well.
where are we going from here, Moody? What's in your vision board? Where are we getting it
Vision board
to?
appears. So I actually got a vision board above you. So
Oh, okay.
my ultimate goal is to really sell my courses, like, because schools bring me as a teaching artist, and y'all, I'm a teaching artist for hire. They bring me in. I do residency programs. I spend a week with kids to teach them how to write poems to make it fun. But I want to package that to sell across the world, to have help teachers do the same thing what I do, to make it fun, to make it engaging, and create. I have a very unique and creative way of doing so to teach kids that, and I want to package that and it's send it across the world so people all have a piece of Moody, but also be encouraged to tell their story. And maybe one day, as I get real great in the face, I'll be a professor somewhere. You know?
You know what's great about this show? Knowing that you're local, knowing your skills. I've got some people I'm going to connect you with as well. And we're going to keep the connection going. I've got some folks that I think you're going to get along with really well. And it's been awesome meeting you this morning. Thank you for joining
Absolutely.
First Sip.
Likewise. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank y'all so
Yes,
much. I
sir.
appreciate
Yes,
y'all.
absolutely. Have a great day. And I'm going to give it to my co-host for a final thought this morning.
Hey, don't be surprised when life starts lifing.
Woo! I
Yeah.
love it. Hey, let's roll,
Yeah.
folks. Have a great day. Let's roll.
Thank you.